so I've spent over $4,000 completing tasks on Fiverr, and I want to show you guys what has worked and what, to be honest, I've just ended up wasting my money on. The whole point of this video is to give you a good understanding of Fiverr, to show you the sort of gigs that I found real value in and the sort of gigs that I think are a complete rip-off. So I'm going to prove to you guys that I've spent over $4,000, and yeah, I hope this video brings you some value. At the end of the video, or towards the end of the video, I'm also going to show you guys how you can negotiate with sellers on Fiverr in order to get the best deal possible. So if you're interested in online business, making money online, subscribe to the Business Boss channel, because that's what we do here on this channel. We document what's working for us and what's not working for us. So let's jump into my screen. Okay guys, so as you can see, I'm not lying. I've spent a ridiculous amount of money on Fiverr. I can't actually find a total. I have added this up when it was around 205 and it was past $4,000, but as I go down the page you can see I'm not really sure how I have any money left, because that is just, look at this, an amazing amount of money. So yeah, I think I'm in a pretty good position to tell you guys whether Fiverr is actually worth using, all the way down to the bottom. There we go. So yeah, my first order was back in January 2016. Actually, I ordered it in 2015, but I've learned a lot about getting the most out of using Fiverr, negotiating with sellers, and I'm going to basically run you guys through everything I've learned. So you can see at the top, completed 242 jobs. 9 of these I've cancelled, and I'm going to show you which ones I've cancelled. So yeah, so the gigs that have probably been a waste of money, I haven't necessarily always cancelled them, because I think probably you've got to take responsibility as a buyer to what you're actually buying. In my opinion, if you're going onto Fiverr, well, from my experience, I found that I've basically used very good graphic designers. I've built relationships with really, really decent graphic designers, and yeah, I can now rely on them to produce work, and I can always tell them what I want to pay for the job in hand, which obviously comes with time, and as you build a relationship, as they know you're coming back with more and more work. The gigs I've found to be a bit of a waste of money have been writing gigs. So the majority of writers that I've found on Fiverr have not been very good, and I've actually found much better results by using Upwork and writing a lot of my stuff, myself really. So as you'll see on, where are we? So let's go over to cancelled, and you'll see these are the orders that I've cancelled, and yeah, you can always get your money back. So that's one thing to note. If you think about using Fiverr for your online business, you can always get your money back. Well, if you haven't done anything wrong, you're not just trying to sort of take advantage of people, you can have a conversation with any of these sellers. They'd far prefer refunding your money rather than you leaving them a bad review, because their profile on Fiverr, some of these people are making tens of thousands a month, and it's so important that they get good reviews and good ratings. So this one here, this person, now the profile picture's changed a few times. It's a woman now, but it was a man at one point. So that sort of tells you a little bit about, the fact that it's on you really to find the trustworthy sellers. There are lots of good sellers on Fiverr, but there are also some people that maybe aren't who they say they are and maybe can't do what they're saying they can do. So this was the order, and basically I wanted an ebook made, I wanted about 10,000 words written. Was it 5,000 words? One of the two, all about dog obedience, and this was for an affiliate marketing project, and I basically wanted to give people a free ebook to give them some value, and then try and sell them or recommend a really decent online dog training course. But yeah, didn't really go any further with it. But yeah, I decided to ask for a refund because basically it was just very, very bad writing. If you went through the content, it just wasn't good enough. And so yeah, she was very, very happy to modify. She just didn't want a bad review. So as you can see, even after receiving the order, which I honestly didn't use, I'm not in the business of, putting in orders and just getting refunds. I'd like to treat people how I expect to be treated. So yeah, but she was more than happy to, cancel the order, even though she delivered it just because she didn't want a sort of low review. So another one, I cancelled this $105 job here, and this was a graphic design. I wanted 3D renders made of our first product, and if you've seen any of our other Amazon FBA videos, I talk about the first product we did quite a few times, and yeah, it was these fruit infuser water bottles. And yeah, the guy basically sort of came back to me and said he wanted more time. I said yes, that's fine, and then in the end he said he sort of suddenly had a surgery, so he couldn't do it, which yeah, obviously we just cancelled it. So yeah, like I said to you guys, I've had the best results with using graphic designers and websites. I've had 2 websites built from developers on Fiverr, and they've been really, really good. But yeah, this guy here, he produces ebooks for me regularly, and he's brilliant. And there are a lot of brilliant people on Fiverr. You just need to be patient and test. You're not going to find the best quality sellers straight away. You might if you're lucky, but you've got to be patient and realise that yeah, if you take your time with anything, you normally get sort of better results. So to give you some tips on how I think you can get better prices from Fiverr sellers, and yeah, just good practice in general when you're using Fiverr. So don't leave bad feedback unless you really have to. This is really important because the seller can also leave a rating for you as a buyer. But more importantly, if you try and settle the issues, you've got a much better chance of sorting it out before you've left a bad rating. Because if you've left a bad rating, well, that's done. So don't sort of jump in, all guns flying and get all emotional. Just speak to the seller, let them know what your issue is, and yeah, you'll normally always come to a resolution. So this is another article I've written on the eBusiness Boss blog, and it's all about getting sort of main images made for one of our Amazon products. And yeah, as you can see, that was the original picture, and this designer here delivered this for a total of $15, which was brilliant. Yeah, really, really good. And I wanted to give you guys a bit of advice when it comes to actually sending people messages, because another bit of advice I'd like to give you guys is don't just go, unless you're experienced with Fiverr, don't go on somebody's profile and just order the gig straight away. Have a conversation with them to make sure you and the seller are both happy and you can meet each other's expectations. Quite often, if you just jump into buying a gig, it costs you time and them time, especially if they can't deliver the standard of work that you want. So when I'm sending a message to a potential new supplier, I'll say, hello, I'd like, whatever you'd like. So in this case, it was a 3D render made of this phone tripod. Attach something to give them some guidance. So if it's a logo, send them some inspiration. For this, I attached a couple of high quality pictures of the phone tripod itself. And then say something like, I have quite a few upcoming projects like this. Only say that if it's actually true, because if not, well, they're going to soon realise that you're just there to get a lower price or whatever it is. So yeah, I go and say, so I'm hoping to build a strong relationships with a trustworthy designer in this case. With that in mind, I'd be happy to pay, set what you're happy to pay. For this remodeling job, please send me a custom offer if you're interested. So instantly, you're not saying to them, oh, I want to do this, how much would you charge? Because, well, they'll charge whatever they want. You can say, send me a custom offer if you're interested. And that gives the impression that you're out there talking to other people. So, yeah, that's my advice for you guys if you're negotiating. Yeah, I've found a load of use in Fiverr, but you do have to be patient and test it out, because that's where you'll get the best results. I've got relationships with 10 or more different sort of freelancers that I know I can go to when I need a job done. Well, that I know I can go to when I need a job doing, and yeah, they're just sort of invaluable contacts that I've now got. But I've been using it for nearly 3 years now, so longer than that actually, longer than 3 years. So yeah, hopefully you guys found that useful. I can happily recommend that you'd use Fiverr. If you want to sign up, I'll leave a link below and you can sign up nice and quickly for free. And if you're interested in learning more about, you know, some of the do's and don'ts, you can read the full review I've done on this. So I'll leave a link to that below. I really hope you found that video useful, and if you want to read my full review on Fiverr where I go into a little bit more detail, check out the link in the description. It's a full review on the platform. If you want to sort of get started with Fiverr straight away and jump straight into it, you can sign up for free using another one of the links in the description below. And if you're interested in these types of videos, subscribe to the e-Business Boss channel, because we bring out videos just like this every single week. Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be more from me again very soon.